Okay, continuing on with the setup for our wedge face tool. In order for the tool to work correctly, we need to have the face selected and the edge on which that face will rotate from. The book requests that we choose in edge mode these three edges. I'm holding the shift key so that I can select more than one edge after another. And then with the W key, I'm going to pull this out a little bit, and then I'll select the face in this edge. So right mouse button, I'll choose face, and then edge, I'll hold the shift key down to get that edge. We'll find the wedge face tool similar to finding the extrude tool in the edit mesh drop down. But before we go, let's just take another look at the parameters. So angle of 65 and divisions of 5. Okay, so edit mesh, there's the extrude. Continue down to wedge face, and then we'll choose the options, and we'll change these values to the 65 of the angle and divisions of 5, and then wedge face. And then we've got our thumb created. Then it says to select an edge. So we'll go back to edge mode, select an edge, and then we need to move this in and up. And I can move it in and up, and then we'll extrude our thumb out. Okay, so here's our position, and okay, now we'll extrude that face 0.5 and then 0.4 to give our thumb its dimension. So we'll select this face, and then we'll choose edit mesh, extrude, and then 0.5, and then extrude G 0.4 to give us our dimension. And one last tweak before we go and do some more editing. I'm going to grab, just to click to turn on the scale all, I'm going to scale the thumb down just a little bit. Okay, so it looks a little awkward, but it's recommended then you go and work around the model to tweak it. Before we do that, we've got a few more details we want to add. And I want to point out here, it talks in the book about selecting edges and moving edges. If you select an edge, you're actually selecting 2 points. If you select a face, you're actually selecting all 4 points. You can select an individual point, and typically, and I'm going to show you in a bit if we've got time for it, how I will edit in the top view in orthographics. And I'll just grab both the top and the bottom point by clicking and dragging over, and I'll make edits quickly that way. So we're going to use the split poly tool, and we're going to add a ridge, and then we're going to use the poke face tool, and we're going to pull out these knuckle points. Okay, I'm going to go back to my shading. I'm going to take the wireframe transparency off so we can see this a little easier. I'm going to choose the split polygon tool, and then I'm going to draw by clicking, left clicking. Right, see, there's our 2 points, and then I'm going to continue all the way across, and then to complete it I'll hit the return key. So that puts the tool back on the shelf. Okay, then I'll select these faces here. So right click in face mode, and then shift click to get the faces selected, and then I'll choose to edit mesh and then poke face, and then we've got our points. We can pull